Now I have the pleasure to announce our two Turkish colleagues. They will talk about promoting energy-efficient electric motors, a program in Ankara Sincan, that's the larger Ankara area. We have two speakers with Turkish names. I have rehearsed yesterday that I can pronounce it correctly, and I hope Gürsu, Sezen, Torun will then confirm that it wasn't so bad. She is she made a bachelor in philosophy and sociology, interesting. She has a PhD in the field of industrial sociology, and she currently works, actually since 2007, 13 years, at the Turkish Ministry of Industry and Technology that runs larger national and obviously also regional program. The partner of Gürsu is Fatma. She studied environmental policy, has a master's degree of that. She also works in the Turkish ministry since 2004 already, since 16 years. And I'm not sure, maybe we've already met someplace in the context of these big Turkish motor efficiency programs. Welcome, and you have the floor.
Hi everyone, I am Gürsu. I and my colleague Fatma are going to present you motor replacement practice at 3 manufacturing industrial SME in Turkey. We are working for Turkish Ministry of Industry and Technology as an industry and technology experts. If you look at our outline, I am going to give you brief information on TMOD project. And then we are going to touch on the application plan for pilot motor replacement in SME. And then Fatma is going to share with you motor replacement practice at 3 SME in Sincan OIZ. She is going to give brief information on the next steps to be followed also. Yes, we can now continue with the project objectives. This case study is the demo practice of Global Environment Facility funded project promoting energy-efficient motors in small and medium-sized enterprises in Turkey. Short name is TMOD. TMOD is executed by Ministry of Industry and Technology in cooperation with UNDP Turkey office. The project aims to promote significant additional investment in industrial energy efficiency in Turkey by transforming market for energy-efficient motors used in small and medium-sized enterprises. Displacement of existing inefficient motors with efficient ones and the maintenance of new efficient motors penetration into the market are important in the transformation of market for energy-efficient motors. Now let's look at the project components. There are 5 components. The project fourth component, namely development of financial mechanism, is the key for motor replacement and market transformation, and this is the topic of this presentation too. Other components are related to regulatory framework, development of management and information structure, motor test capacity improvement, and awareness-raising activities. Before we go on, it will be better to mention the background of project. Why do we need this kind of project as the ministry? The first reason is the policy documents. Ministry has been dealing with motors for nearly 5 years. Our ministry worked on an analysis report in Turkish manufacturing industry in 2016. This report has revealed that the total number of inefficient AC motors with a power rating of 7.5 kW and above currently used in the manufacturing industry is about 4 million motors. And nearly 70% of electricity consumption in the manufacturing industry is due to electric motors. There was an annual potential of 34 billion kilowatt-hours electricity saving if the total of inefficient motors currently used in manufacturing industry are replaced. Also, you can see from the graphic that majority of the motors are inefficient. IE0 and IE1 efficiency classes. Now we can move on to the application plan for the pilot motor replacement. The application phase has started at 3 SME in Sincan OIZ initially, and this will constitute a model for the other 6 OIZ. Let me introduce you our financial support mechanism. The mechanism has been established in cooperation with Small and Medium Enterprises Development Organization of Turkey. The upper limit of the grant is $10,000 with 75% financial support for domestic motors and 60% for imported motors. The second step is to organize info day seminars in 7 OIZ for introducing the project overall, the financial mechanism, and the benefits of motor replacement. Letters of intent were collected and 100 SME were selected as the result of these seminars. The next step is to complete electric motor audits in 100 SME in 7 OIZ. After the audits, motor replacement stage will begin. In this stage, we expect approximately 400 electric motors will be replaced by new efficient motors. We estimate about an annual energy saving of 6.8 kilowatt-hours and about $400,000 per year energy cost saving will be achieved. And now we will continue with the stages of audits in our case study. We completed in Sincan OIZ. You can see in our slide that the audits follow a 4-step systematic process. However, before all these steps, we organized information seminars for SME, as I have mentioned before. We got into contact with SME and conducted an initial site visit. A walkthrough audit followed the first step. Then we conducted a detailed audit of the selected motor system, and lastly a final report describing energy saving opportunities was shared with the management of the SMEs. In addition to these 4 basic steps, a meeting was organized to share technical and financial details of their energy saving opportunities. Now I give the floor to Fatma.
Hi everyone. My colleague Gürsu gave background information about the project and explained the steps of the audits that we have completed in Ankara Sincan organized industrial zone. And now I would like to continue with the factors and components of energy consumption, and I'm going to give brief information about the results that we have received from the audits. Both in the reports and at the meetings with SMEs, we explained the importance of the factors and components of energy consumption. But we focused mostly on motor power and efficiency classes, because you can see in the graph that these two are the main factors that cause energy consumption. Although our finance mechanism only supports motor replacements, the audit reports included motor systems as well. The whole system, like variable speed drives and coupling, pipes, pumps, were assessed and explained together with the required investment and grant amounts. Our 9th slide clearly demonstrates that it is possible to increase system efficiency if the whole system is evaluated and improved. When the efficiency level of components of the motor system, such as the VSD, coupling, pipe, and pump is increased, the efficiency level can be more than doubled. As we told before, we have completed the audits in 3 SMEs. So now we can start the information about SME1. This company is a producer of porcelain insulators, and we identified 8 energy saving opportunities for SME1 and estimated an annual potential saving of about 58,000 kilowatt hours. As you will see, 7 motors have been recommended to increase from IE1 to IE3, and motor power of 4 motors has been recommended to be reduced by half. This might be interesting for the audience, but sometimes the size of the motor power is chosen greater than the required power, and the motor works on a lower load. In this case, the energy consumption is higher than required. It is important to point out that the speed of the efficient motor is higher compared to an inefficient but same power motor. So the speed control with a variable speed drive is of great importance for energy efficiency. Annual energy cost saving and financial support for both import and domestic motors have been calculated. SME contribution have also been estimated, and the results have been shared with the SME for helping them to give an easy and quick decision. Next slide shows us the savings for motors and motor systems separately, and the numbers prove that if the whole system is improved, the energy savings will be more. SME managers also have the opportunity to see payback periods when the investment is made with and without cost cap grant. If the cost cap support is used for domestic motor replacement, payback period will reduce from 40 months to 10 months. And if the whole system is improved, this will reduce from 28 to 7 months. So this was the information for SME1, and now let's look at the results for SME2, which is a pipeline engineering company. As a result of the energy audit at this SME, 9 motors have been identified to be replaced, and the potential of an annual energy saving have been calculated as 38,000 kilowatt hours. As you can see in the slide. 6 of them do not need any change in their powers. However, efficiency classes are recommended to be increased to IE3. The motor power of remaining 3 motors has been suggested to be reduced as it was the case in SME1, and efficiency classes are recommended to be increased to IE3. Total cost cap support for 9 domestic motors is about $6,000, and SME will pay only about $2,000 for the replacement of these 9 motors. In the following slide, which is also about the same company, you can see that the payback period for the replacement of domestic motors can be reduced from 47 months to 12 months, and from 95 to 38 months for import motors. You can also see that if the system is replaced, payback period will be shorter, and calculated annual energy saving cost only for motors is more than $2,000. Now we can move on the next slide for SME3. This company is a defense aviation metal mold industry company. The recommended number of motors to be replaced is 11 for this company. 9 of them don't need any changes related to their power, but efficiency classes are recommended to be increased to IE3. 2 of the motors are suggested to reduce their power and increase their efficiency classes to IE3, and there is an annual energy saving opportunity of about 19,000 kilowatt hours. Next slide presents the calculations for annual energy saving costs and payback periods for SME3. Annual energy saving cost is doubled if the motor system is replaced. Payback period can be reduced by 1/3 if the cost cap support for domestic motors, and it can be reduced by half if the motor system is replaced. So, what are the results we got from these 3 SMEs? A total of 28 motor replacement can provide an annual energy saving of about 115,000 kilowatt hours. And if the whole motor system is replaced, annual energy savings and energy saving costs will be almost tripled, as you can see in the slide. So what are the next steps? After the audits are completed, SMEs are going to buy the efficient motors that are recommended for them, and they are going to apply for cost gap grants. We expect from OIZ energy management staff to ease this process of application by collecting the required documents from SMEs. We also expect from OIZ energy management staff to monitor the actual energy savings after the efficient motors are installed. SME owners also want to be informed about the actual results after the installation. And we will repeat these steps at 7 OIZs, and the results received from these replacements have been expected to create success stories. They will be used in dissemination and awareness raising activities to promote energy efficient motor replacements in other OIZs as well. Establishing additional finance mechanisms will also continue for achieving sustainability. The most significant lesson we learned from this project is the importance of constant communication with the SMEs, informing them about the benefits, the required investments, and informing them through a meeting with an uncomplicated method in addition to an audit report is very important. So that's all I want to say about these our case study. Thank you for listening to us and for your interest. We will be happy to answer your questions. And you can also send an email if you want to get more information.
Thank you, Gürsu, and thank you, Fatma, for this interesting presentation on the Turkish Motor Efficiency Program, TEFMOT. My first question is personal. Did we meet before on one of our motor summits? Ladies, can you hear me? We have no sound connection.
We are very happy to be participating to this event. And thank you very much for the interest that the participants have shown for our presentation.
And did you, both of you, Gürsu and Fatma, already participate in the Motor Summit before?
No, this is our first time, but
I was attend your motor summit before.
Okay, very good. Good to see. Now we have some questions. I will ask you some questions. Is in your program before your immediate Ankara Sincan program, and now already can we see progress in the motor efficiency development in Turkey?
You are asking the general information about efficiency?
Yes, general.
I can say that our project has developed a little bit, and SMEs have started to replace their inefficient motors, and in SME 2, 3 motors, and in SME 3, 5 motors have been changed by now, and they are gradually purchasing efficient motors and replacing their motors. And regarding the efficiency of general efficiency levels in industry, we have regulations, and our ministry have prepared a legislation and inventory analysis report. Şu şey neydi? Legislation'la ilgili bir şeyimiz vardı ya bizim. Eco-design regulation. We have a prepared eco-design regulation, yeah, and we are trying to develop that regulation in accordance with the EU regulations.
Okay, very good to hear. I have another question. In your economic calculation, do you also include the cost to remove the old motor and to install the new motor? That means not just product cost, but total cost?
Just product cost.
We have calculated what the SMEs need for investment for the product. Yeah, for only the motors, not the installment.
Yes.
Yeah, not
For only
not
products.
not the installments, because the SMEs will come and install them themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Now, a very important question. I understand you go to the SMEs, you make the analysis, you recommend a replacement program. I've seen that you go always first to the motor replacement and also to the system replacement. I've seen from your data that the system replacement always gives more than double of the energy savings. Seems very good. Now the question, have you encountered barriers to early replacement of motors from the SMEs other than financial? Because in your concept, motors that are still running have to be replaced. Is there a barrier from the SMEs?
We try to change the motors are used in SME running motors, as we have changed, but we try to analyze the market and make the market more energy efficient motors.
I mean, we are discussing with the SMEs and we take their opinions, and when the time is suitable for them, the companies go and change the motors.
That means they follow your advice.
Yeah, but we discuss if there are any difficulties for them, and if there are any, we wait for them, or yeah, sometimes they do not want to change their motors as well.
Last question, do you also recommend in your program that new variable frequency converters are used?
Yes, yeah, we recommend variable speed drivers. We recommend the whole system renewable efficiency, but we only support the change of motors, not the whole system. I mean, financially, but we advise the SME owners and managers to change the system.
Okay, that's interesting. You advise the total system improvement, including a new motor replacing the old, and if necessary, adding a variable frequency drive, but the subsidy goes only for the motor itself.
Yes.
Correct? Okay, exciting. Thank you very much. Interesting program. Thank you, Gürsu. Thank you, Fatma. It was a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for your contribution. We'll see you hopefully at the next Motor Summit in Zurich live. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure for us, and we are very happy to participate in this event. Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.